The entrapment defense is one of my personal favorites because it's so incredibly misunderstood. It's the next Texas Penal Code defense we'll discuss. According to the Penal Code, it is a defense to prosecution the actor was encouraged or enticed by agents of the state, usually the police, to engage in an act he or she would not otherwise have committed. Would not otherwise have committed is an important distinction. The key to entrapment is the predisposition to engage in the criminal conduct, and to an extent the actions of the police, which shouldn't be extraordinary. The question to be posed is, would the person have engaged in the criminal conduct anyway, even without government encouragement or enticement? For instance, you've probably gotten a speeding ticket at some point in your life. You may have even been caught in a speed trap, as many like to say. But there is an important distinction between a trap and entrapment, having to do with the predisposition to commit a certain crime. For instance, how many times in your life have you been speeding and not been caught? How many times prior to your ticket had you been speeding on the exact same road and around the same time you got your ticket? It just so happens on that particular day, there's a police officer there running radar and he catches you. He didn't trick you into speeding. You are already doing it or predisposed to doing it. True entrapment involves crime that a person is not predisposed to do, and potentially extraordinary actions of the government. For instance, let's say you are walking down the sidewalk when a police officer on the other side of the street says, "Come here." You cross the street, and then he writes you a ticket for jaywalking. This would probably be considered entrapment. Were you predisposed to jaywalk? No, probably not. Was the officer's act of summoning you just to write you a ticket extraordinary? Probably so. You only jaywalked because you were following the directions of the officer, as most good law abiding citizens would do.